Alright, today's video is how to change your axle seal. We're changing the passenger rear axle seal on this truck. This is a what year is this truck? What year is this truck? 2003 Chevy Silverado. This is a 1500 HD, excuse me, 1500 HD quad cab. What we're going to do is we're going to take a tire off, and then on this one you have to take the differential cover off also. So we will take the differential and the tire off, and then I will get back to you guys as soon as we get that off. There, here's the rear end with the tire off and the brake assembly off. You have to take the entire rotor, the caliper, everything off of it. We got the differential cover off. We got a drain. There's a drain plug underneath the differential that you just take off and then drain it out that way. You can take out the top plug. It'll give you a better stream. It won't be such a goofy stream. And then whenever you go and take your axle out, there's a bolt right here, and it's marked. This one's marked. I'm not sure if your guys will be marked, but there's a right inside the inside of the differential. There's a bolt here. You gotta take that bolt out, and then there's like a horseshoe clamp inside here. This pin will come out, and then you gotta take out the horseshoe clip, and then you can slide your axle. My bad. Right here's the pin. There's the bolt. Here's the pin. You pull that bolt out, this pin will drop out, and then you gotta pull the horseshoe clip out of here, and then you'll be able to slide your axle out. But here's a closer view of what it looks like. And once we get that taken out, then I'll show you what the clip actually looks like, and then the pin and stuff like that. Alright, right here is the pin that you have to take out that I was showing you, and then this is the C-clamp or the horseshoe that will come out whenever you take this out. We got the axle out now. There's the axle out. You can leave your parking brake crap in there. Just take off your rotor and all that other shit. And then right here, huh? Saturated yeah. And then here's the axle out. And the only time you really have to actually replace this stuff is if it's saturated with your axle oil differential fluid crap. And then I'll show you underneath. Right here. Let's pan out a little bit here. Alright, as you can see, we twisted it around. Let me get this slide out of the way here. Twisted it around. Alright, this is gonna be complicated. Right there, in that little gap, right in there is where your horseshoe clamp will come out of. And then I can't spin it right now because that's where you'll mess everything up, but you gotta leave it exactly how it is. Put the axle back in, put your clamp, your horseshoe in, and then you can put your I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. No. And then you can put your bolt back in there like that. And then once we do this is gonna be the heads up light. Right here. Right here is your axle seal that you're going to be pulling out. You can pretty much just beat the crap out of it to get it out. Just in the bearings inside here. Just make sure you guys don't fuck up the bearings inside. Huh? Yeah, or the axle housing of it. This part up here. Just mess up your seal. Alright, so once we get this out, we'll put the new one in, and then I'll show the video of us sliding the axle back in, and then putting a horseshoe clamp in. Alright, we got the old axle seal out, got the new one in, and whenever you guys put the new axle seal in, make sure you use some of your differential fluid and lube this rubber right here. If not, whenever you're sliding your axle back in, you'll actually sometimes rip it, and then you'll just be doing the same process tomorrow. And then this is what our axle seal looks like, our old one, after we pounded the crap out of it to get it out. They do sell a tool that you can use to pull these out, and they'll actually come out looking like a donut, not something that's half eaten. And we're rednecks, so we just use a hammer and a screwdriver and pound it out. And then once you have that lubed up, go ahead and slide your axle back in, and then you'll feel the splines inside that differential that you gotta line up. Just, you gotta make sure you're careful inside there, you don't damage any of those teeth that are inside your differential.
When you guide it in.
Huh?
When you guide it in.
Alright, there he goes. And then that's almost all the way back in now. There it is. And then once the seat's in all the way, you'll know whenever the seat's in all the way, you'll be guided in like that. You'll be all the way up against your parking brake stuff. And then whenever we go underneath here, you'll see right here where C-clamp, I don't have it, it's still out there. Well, you'll see your axle will come in right here, and then he's right there's your axle. See how you couldn't see it before? Right there's your axle coming back now. And then go ahead and we'll put the, I'll show you guys putting the C-clamp or the horseshoe, whatever you want to call it, back in. And the way we got the horseshoe thing out is we used a screwdriver to twist it around properly. What?
Push the axle a little bit. Easy.
Push it in all the way, or move. What? They go in. And then we use a screwdriver to lift it, and then we use the magnet to pull it out. Good. Now once you put that in there, you're going to slide it in where you'll see the groove on your axle. Whenever you push your axle all the way in, you'll slide it all the way up, put your horseshoe, whatever, washer, whatever the hell you want to call it, put it on, and then slide your axle back out so it actually sucks into this gear right here. And then you just twist it and put your bolt back in, and then you're done with that part. And I'll show you guys what we do after that. Alright, got the differential cover on. And whenever you guys do this project, your best bet is just to buy a new differential while you're at it, because 90% of the time it's probably leaking anyway. Go ahead and put the plug back in at the bottom. After you get the bolt in and the horseshoe thing and the bolt, redo all those. And the only thing I want to say too is there's a brake line that goes across there. It's that brake line there. Make sure you're careful with it so you don't break it whenever you guys are doing this project. And then just put your brake assembly all back together and everything, and then put your tire bag on, retorque your wheels, and then I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but there is a plug just like, yeah, you can see it barely, right there. There's a plug right there just like the bottom one you did. But this one is where you fill it up. Takes roughly about two and a half of the containers of the differential fluid. And then once you retorque your tire, you're ready to go on the road. I got another couple more videos coming up of me doing on my truck. I'm going to do the control arm and the tie rod end, and then I'll show you guys videos on that too. And then I'm gonna have a leveling kit I'm putting on too. I'll do a video of that too. Not sure when that is, but all right. Till next time. Talk to you guys later.